So mental health to me is something I'm quite passionate about. Be it my own experience, be it just compassion on others, really. My journey's kind of made me, have a bit of empathy. And I've been quite vocal on things, my own journey, just getting rid of the stigma. And that's kind of like my stance on it. I think it's massive because I think we are behind. This is something that's kind of new, and there's a few people pioneering the way on trying to like really raise awareness on this. And I think having a day is key because there's a lot of people that are suffering in silence. So I just think days like this, like chip away at just the facade that we kind of have in society. So yeah, off the back of losing my old man and experiencing such success, climbing up the non-league ladder and getting into the league and doing really well. Yeah, I had a tough time away from home, Accrington. There wasn't clinically diagnosed with anything, but there was a lot of stress-related stuff that I was experiencing in that time. Was given, prescribed certain things that were to help me and so on. So it was definitely a tough time, a dark place, should I say. One that I've got out of, thankfully, by the grace of God, be it through family, friends, and just the right support on the other side of that, really. And I just think through that experience, I do my utmost to try and just, encourage others who may be going through a similar sort of thing. And I think more than anything, it's just our perspective on it. I really want to help shift that as best as possible. So yeah.
Talk to me a bit about a football environment, because obviously you talk about some of the stress you face there, and I imagine if you come off pitch on a Saturday and you've lost and you can feel that kind of burden on your shoulders, is that something that you think mental health in football is something that's probably not addressed to the level it could be?
No, not at all. I think we are behind where we'd like to be, but at the same time, without being too harsh, I think we've come a long way, a very long way. There's been leaps and bounds from the likes of maybe years ago when I was a YT and what football looked like then to now what it looks like, and just supporting the well-being of the player. I think we're doing a lot more. The PFA is doing a lot with regards to the welfare section, or the well-being section that they have there. So there's definitely a lot of positives, but yes, at the same time, can we do more? Yes, of course. I think the rates and the statistics will prove, those that are maybe suffering suicide in society and, depression, whatever it may be, the reflection ain't far off in football. I think football can be a bit of an extreme because of what we experience on the pitch, what we get exposed to off the pitch, be it social media and so on. They all play a part. We've definitely got a long way to go. Just like normalizing the conversation is key. I think it helps get rid of the stigma. People that are in a position of power or who have some form of a platform, I think using it in a purposeful way is key. There's a lot of people that would look up to the likes of footballers. And I think, if someone is in that position, I think it's vital, to normalise it, because I think it's helping a lot of other people who are suffering in silence to come out and find the support that they need, which I think is massive.
What would you say to someone who might be watching this and at the moment thinking that actually, World Mental Health Days raise a lot of issues that they've probably noticed in themselves, and they probably are experiencing depression or some issues with the mental health? What would you say to them?
Yeah, well, I'll say that they're not alone, to be honest. The first thing, when you're in that space of isolation, when you're going through what you're going through and you're in that dark place, you feel like you're alone in it, and you think you're the only person and no one gets it. And you're not. That's all I can say so far. And reaching out for the best support possible is key, be it professional, be it those nearest and dearest to you that you trust. I think is vital. I guess that would be the key message, that you're not alone, because sometimes when you're in that space of isolation, you can hear all the lies in your head, and you find yourself in that space here.
And just finally, what about the people who potentially aren't maybe suffering any mental health issues, but what can they do if they notice someone who is maybe feeling a bit down, or what kind of things can we do just in our day-to-day to make sure we check up on people?
I think the fact that we have an awareness day, that word awareness, I think is key. I think sometimes we're very self-conscious, self-absorbed in today's society, so I feel like just having a bit of compassion, maybe just being an ear, just listening, I think always helps. Because sometimes we're so busy, we're getting on with life and we're in the rat race, and we've just got no time to be there for the people that matter most. So I just think, sometimes going beyond the surface level of, oh, you're right, how you doing? Yeah. But it's like, how are you really doing? And I think, yeah, going beyond the surface, going into, you know, deeper issues of life, yeah, would definitely help those that maybe are bottling things up. Yeah, definitely.